Open quote. Before you use the new trading hub, watch this. If you've been using the new trading hub update, there are a few important things that you should know before you start sending offers. I've noticed that a lot of players are making the same mistakes, and some of those mistakes can actually cost you valuable pets. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the biggest things to watch out for so you can avoid losing items or getting tricked. One of the biggest changes with this update is that you can now search for specific pets and browse listings from other players. This is really helpful if you're trying to find your dream pet because you don't have to spend as much time looking around different servers. However, just because a listing appears doesn't always mean it works the way you might expect. For example, you may find a listing where someone appears to be asking for something very small, like a dog or a cat, in exchange for a much rarer pet. At first glance, it looks like an incredible deal, but in many cases, that's not what the player actually wants. Some people use common pets as placeholders because they simply want to receive offers from other players. If you send exactly what is shown in the listing, don't be surprised if they decline the trade immediately. Another thing that many players don't realize is what happens after you send an offer. Once you've submitted it, the other player can accept it whenever they want. That means if you change your mind later but forget to cancel your offer, you could still end up completing that trade without even being online. This is probably one of the biggest mistakes people have been making since the update came out. Imagine offering one of your favorite legendary pets because you thought it was a good deal at the time. A few hours later, you decide you don't want to trade it anymore, but you forget that your offer is still active. Then, while you're offline, the other player accepts it. When you log back in, your pet is gone because the trade has already been completed. That's why it's so important to double-check every offer you send and make sure you're completely happy with it. Before leaving the game, I would always recommend opening your sent offers and reviewing each one. If there's anything you're unsure about, just cancel it. It's much better to take a few seconds to remove an offer than to lose a pet you'll regret trading away later. Another thing you need to pay close attention to is stickers. Even though the developers have added a sticker icon to make them easier to identify, it's still possible to click too quickly without noticing the difference. Some stickers have almost the same image as the actual pet, especially if you're scrolling through listings quickly. Always read the item carefully before sending an offer. Make sure you're looking at the real pet and not a sticker version of it. A few extra seconds of checking can save you from making a very expensive mistake. Overall, I actually like this Trading Hub update. It makes finding pets much easier, and it gives players a faster way to connect with people who have the pets they're looking for. At the same time, I think it requires players to be a little more careful than before, because trades can happen automatically after you've sent an offer. So my biggest advice is simple. Don't rush. Read every listing carefully, review your offers regularly, and only send trades that you're 100% willing to complete. If you follow those steps, you'll avoid most of the common mistakes that players have been making since this update was released. Hopefully these tips help you stay safe while trading. If you know any other tricks or mistakes that players should watch out for, let everyone know in the comments. Good luck with your trades, and I hope you find your dream pet.